Signore e signori, buonasera e benvenuti all'Ecole Philippe Gaulier. Tonight is the last show of the first of 2 weeks of shows. Next week we'll be in the world of vaudeville. Tonight and until Friday, which is today, we will play a selection of scenes of different genres. Scenes from writers like Tschechow, Tennessee Williams, Shakespeare, Brecht and Sophokles. Before we start, please turn off your mobile phone. Thank you. And now, let's start. The first scene features an artist from Germany and an artist from England, Michaela and Jonathan. It's a scene from The Bear by Anton Tschechow.
Madam, I don't know how to behave in the company of a lady. I mean, in my time I've seen more women than you've seen sparrows. I fought 3 duels on the account of women. I've refused 12 women and 9 have refused me. I mean, yes. I mean, there was a time when I used to prance around them like a fool. I mean, I used to idolise them, flatter them, pamper them, bow, scrape to them. I used to have suffered, simmered, melted, boiled, and you know, I used to chatter like a magpie about, you know, emancipation. Wasted half my fortune on objects of their affection. Now, no. Not now, no. Not for all the world. I mean, you know, passionate eyes, ruby lips, dimpled cheeks, moonlight, whispers, timid breathing. I wouldn't give a brass farthing for the lot, madam. And that, I mean, present company excluded, but all women, young, old alike, love. You know, insincere, vain, petty, heartless, and infuriatingly illogical, gossip mongers, and born liars. And, I mean, as this is concerned, you know, excuse my being so frank, but a sparrow is a genius compared to a philosopher in a petticoat. I mean, damn it, have you ever met a woman that's capable of loving anybody but, you know, a lapdog? No, all she does when she's in love is snivel and complain, and that is the man, that he suffers and sacrifices. I mean, love consisting to her, you know, is twisting her skirt and trying to twist him around her little finger. I mean, look, you have the misfortune of being a woman. You must understand the female character from your own. Tell me, truthfully, have you ever met a woman that is capable of being sincere, faithful, and constant? No, only freaks and old women are constant and faithful. I mean, you're more likely to meet a cat with horns than you are a constant woman.
Begging your pardon, but who exactly, in your opinion, is faithful and constant in love? The man?
Yes, the man.
The man, faithful and constant in love. Well, that is news. What right have you to say that? Men, faithful and constant in love. Ha! Well, we're at it. I'd like you to know that of all the men I've known in my life, my late husband was the best. I loved him dearly with all my soul, as only a young, intelligent woman can love. I gave him my youth, my happiness, my life, and my fortune. He was my be-all and end-all. I worshipped him like an idol. And then what? This best of all men deceived me in the most shameless way. After his death, I found a whole drawer full of love letters in his desk, and while he was still alive, I shuddered to think of it. He used to leave me all alone for weeks on end. He flirted with other women and deceived me before my very eyes. He frittered away my money and mocked my feelings. Yet, despite of all this, I remained true and loved him. And what is more, I am faithful and constant in love. Even after he's dead, I have buried myself within these 4 walls forever. And I shall not discard of my mourning till the very day I die.
Mourning? Oh, what do you take me for? I mean, as if I don't know why you buried yourself alive and you dressed yourself all in black. It's so when some, young officer or half-pint poet, he drives past and he thinks, oh look, there lives that mysterious woman who, for the sake of her dead husband, has buried herself alive. Oh, you all know these tricks.
How dare you say such things to me?
Please! You may have buried yourself alive, but you haven't forgotten to powder your nose.
How dare you talk to me like that?
Please don't shout. I'm not your steward. Kindly, allow me to say things how they are. I'm not a woman. I call things by their name. Please! Don't shout.
You're the one that's shouting, not me. Kindly leave me alone.
Kindly give me my money and I'll go.
I won't pay you your money.
Oh, yes, you will.
Just to spite you, I will not give you a farthing. Now go away and get out.
I have neither the pleasure of being your husband nor your fiancé. Please don't make a scene. I don't like it.
You dare to sit down?
Yes.
Kindly leave immediately.
Kindly give me my money!
I don't propose to talk to rascals like that. Go away and get out. You're not going?
No.
Not going? Very well then. Luca! Luca! Please get out and leave immediately!
Will you please be a little more polite?
You lout! You great bear! You monster! You bully!
What did you just say?
I said you're a monster! A
What gives you the right to insult me, pray?
And what if I'm insulting you? Do you think I'm afraid of you?
And do you think that just because you're a member of the weaker sex you can insult somebody and get away with it, huh? Ah! Well, I challenge you fool! Pistols!
You great bear! You bear! You bear!
I'm not going to be insulted by anyone, even if it is from the member of the weaker sex!
I tell you, do all you want! Okay, and do all you shall have!
Yeah, it's high time that not only men pay for their insults. Equal rights is equal rights. Damn you! I challenge you!
And do all you want! And do all you shall get!
This very minute!
This very minute it'll be! My husband had some pistols. I will go and fetch them. And I shall be delighted to send a bullet through that thick skull of yours. Damn you!
Oh, pluck her like a chicken! I'm not some little boy, sentimental puppy, but I care about the weaker sex. Oh, I'll kill her on principle. Oh, die! Oh, what a woman. Eyes sparkling, face flustered. I'll shoot you on the matter principle. Now that's a woman for you. No moping, moaning, all gunfire, powder and spark. Oh, I like her. Oh, I really do. I'm almost ready to give up the debt. I'm not even angry anymore. Marvellous woman.
So, here are the pistols. Would you kindly oblige by showing me how to use them? I've never held a pistol in my life.
There are several sorts of pistols. We've normally got the Mortimer, which is, for dueling. These are Smith & Wesson's lovely pistols, triple action with ejectors, worth at least 90 rupees a pair. You hold it like this. What eyes, enough to set a man on fire.
Like this?
Yeah. You cock the hammer back. Hold your head back. Stretch your arm out. As far as it'll go. You put your finger in there. I mean, that's all there is to it, really. I mean, main thing, don't get flustered. Don't hurry when you're taking aim, and try to stop your hand from shaking.
I see. It seems a bit inconvenient shooting indoors. Kindly follow me to the garden.
Very well, yes, but I'll be warning you, I'm going to fire into the air.
Ha! That's the last straw. Why?
Because that's my business, damn it!
Ha ha! Lost your nerve. Have you lost your nerve? Well, I'm having none of that. So kindly follow me, and I shan't rest until I have put a bullet through that forehead there. That forehead I hate so much. Lost your nerve, have you?
Yes, yeah, have you?
You're lying! Why don't you want to duel?
Because I find you too attractive!
Too attractive? He has the preposterousness to say he finds me too attractive? Good day, sir.
Are you still angry? Oh, I mean, I'm in a devilish rage too. What I'm trying to say. Okay, the thing is, okay, look, what I try. Damn fragile furniture. Look, I'm attracted to you. Damn it, don't you understand? I'm almost in love with you.
Go away! I hate you!
I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm mad.
Keep your distance or I'll shoot!
Shoot then. You have no idea what joy it would be to die under the gaze of those beautiful eyes. To die from a revolver held by those velvet hands. Make a decision, damn it! As soon as I leave this house, we shall never see each other again. Make a decision! I come from a very good family. I'm an honest man. I own over 10,000 a year. I can shoot a coin thrown into the air. I have some splendid horses. Will you be my wife? I don't know what's going on. I've fallen in love like a schoolboy, like a fool.
I challenge you!
I love you. I love you like I've never loved anybody else in all my life. I've refused 12 women and 9 have refused me. And I love you more than I've loved any of them. And what? I'm melted, I'm gone. I'm in the shame, on my knees like a fool proposing, like a fool. I haven't fallen in love for 5 years, and I promised I never would. And now here I am again, putting my neck in the noose. I offer you my hand. Yes or no? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Stop!
Well?
No. Nothing. Go. No, stop! No, go! I hate you! Do I? Don't go. I value you, how angry I am! This wretched thing is making my head go! What are you standing there like that for? Get out!
Sure.
Yes, get out! Where do you think you're going? Stop! Oh, well, go! Ah! How angry I am! Keep your distance! Keep your distance!
I'm furious! I've fallen in love like a schoolboy, like a fool! What a stupid thing to do! Tomorrow I have to pay the interest, it's harvesting time, and now there's you! I'll never forgive myself!
Keep your distance! Get your hands off me! I hate you! I challenge you!
second scene is taken from a play written in 1947 by the American playwright Tennessee Williams. First represented in Broadway and later adapted for the cinema, in both cases with great success. Blanche Dubois moves in the apartment of her sister Stella Kowalski in New Orleans. She arrives on a streetcar route named Desire, and here she meets her sister's husband, Stanley. From England and Australia, Kat and Nicholas, with a scene from a streetcar named Desire.
How about taking a swim? A moonlight swim at the old rock quarry. If anyone's sober enough to drive a car. Best way in the world to stop your head buzzing. Only you have to be careful to dive where the deep pool is, otherwise you don't come up until tomorrow. How's my sister?
She's doing okay.
How's the baby?
Baby won't come before morning, so they told me to go home, get a little shut-eye.
Does that mean it's to be you and me alone in here?
Yep, just me and you, Blanche. Unless you got someone hidden in that trunk. What have you got on those fine fancy feathers for?
Oh, that's right. You left just before my wire came.
You got a wire.
I received a telegram from an old admirer of mine.
Anything good?
I think so. An invitation.
What to? A fireman's ball?
A cruise of the Caribbean on a yacht!
Well, well. What do you know?
I've never been so surprised in my life.
I guess not.
It came like a bolt from the blue.
Who'd you say it was from?
An old beau of mine. Mr. Shep Huntley. I hadn't seen him in years until last Christmas. And then, just now, this wire inviting me on a cruise of the Caribbean. Problem is clothes. So I tore into my trunk to see what I have that's suitable for the tropics.
And come up with that gorgeous evening gown.
This old relic, it's just a scrap of satin.
Gosh. I thought it was Egyptian silk.
Well, anyhow, I should be entertained in style.
Goes to show you never know what's coming.
Just when I thought my luck had begun to fail me.
Into the picture pops this Miami millionaire.
This man is not from Miami. This man is from Dallas.
This man's from Dallas.
Yes. This man is from Dallas, where gold spouts out of the ground.
Well. Just so he's from somewhere.
Close the curtains before you undress any further.
This is all I'm getting undressed for now. Seen a bottle opener? I used to have a cousin who could open a beer bottle with his teeth. That's all he could do. It was his only accomplishment. He was just a human bottle opener. Then one time, at a wedding party, broke his front teeth off. He was so ashamed after that, he used to sneak out the house when company came. How about it, Blanche? Should we bury the hatchet? Make it a loving cup? Huh?
No, thank you.
Well, it's a red letter night for us both. You having an oil millionaire, me having a baby.
What are you doing in here?
Here's something I always break out on special occasions like this. It's the pajamas I wore on my wedding night!
Oh!
When the telephone rings and they say you've got a son, I'll tear it off and wave it like a flag. I guess we're both entitled to put on the dog.
When I think of how divine it's going to be to have such a thing as privacy once more, I could weep with joy.
This millionaire from Dallas isn't going to interfere with your privacy any.
It won't be the sort of thing you're thinking of. This man is a gentleman, and he respects me. A cultivated woman, a woman of intelligence and breeding, can enrich a man's life immeasurably. I have all those things, and this doesn't take them away. Physical beauty is passing, a transitory possession, but beauty of the mind and richness of the spirit and tenderness of the heart, and I have all those things, can't be taken away, but grow, increase with the years. How strange. I should be called a destitute woman when I have all these treasures locked in my heart. But I've been foolish, casting my pearls before swine.
Swine, huh?
Yes, swine, swine! And I'm thinking not only of you, but of your friend, Mr. Mitchell. He came to see me tonight. He dared to come here in his work clothes and repeat stories to me. Vicious slander he got from you. I gave him his walking papers.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yes. He came back. He returned with a box of roses to beg my forgiveness, implored my forgiveness. Some things are not forgivable. Deliberate cruelty is not forgivable. In fact, it's the one unforgivable thing, in my opinion, and it's the one thing of which I've never been guilty. So I told him, I said to him, thank you. But it was foolish of me to think we could ever adapt ourselves to each other. Our ways of life are too different. Our backgrounds are incompatible. So farewell, my friend. Let there be no hard feelings.
Was this before or after the telegram from the Texas oil millionaire?
What telegram? No, as a matter of fact, my wire came...
As a matter of fact, there wasn't no wire at all. There isn't no oil millionaire. And Mitch didn't come back with roses, because I know where he is. There isn't a goddamn thing but imagination. And lies and conceit and tricks. And look at yourself. Take a look at yourself in that worn-out Mardi Gras outfit rented for 50 cents from some rag picker. And with that crazy tea party, what queen do you think you are?
Oh, God.
I've been on to you from the start. Not once did you pull any wool over this boy's eyes. Or you come in here, you sprinkle the place with powder, you spray perfume, you cover the light bulb in a paper lantern, and lo and behold, the place has turned into Egypt. And you're the queen of the Nile, sitting on your throne and swilling down my liquor. I say ha ha. Did you hear me? Ha ha ha!
Operator! Yes, get me long distance, please. I'd like to get in touch with Mr. Shep Huntley of Dallas. He's so well known, he doesn't require an address. Oh, just ask anyone. No, wait, please, understand. Hold on. Someone's... Nothing. Okay, operator. Never mind long distance. Get me Western Union. Western Union, yes. Western Union? Yes. I'd like to, take down this message. In desperate circumstances. Help! Caught in a trap. I'm caught in...
You left the phone off the hook. I'll get it.
Let me get by you.
You want to get by me? Sure, go ahead.
You gotta stand over there.
You got plenty of room to walk past me now.
Not with you there. I need to escape somehow.
You think I'll interfere with you? Come to think of it, maybe you wouldn't be bad to interfere with.
Stay back. Don't come another step towards me.
What?
Some awful thing will happen.
What are you putting on now?
I warn you, don't. I'm in danger.
What are you going to do with that?
I'm going to smash the bottle and twist the broken end in your face.
I bet you would do that.
I will.
Oh. So you want some roughhouse, huh? Well, alright. Let's have some roughhouse. Whoa! Tiger! Tiger! Drop the bottle! We've had this date with each other from the beginning.
Rome, Ides of March 44 before Christ. Julius Caesar has just been stabbed to death. Brutus, a man that Caesar loved as a son, participated to the killing with the last stab. Mark from England, playing Antony in his memorable eulogy to Julius Caesar. A scene from the play Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath said that Caesar was ambitious. If it was so, it were a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honourable man. So indeed are they all honourable men. I come to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honourable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honourable man. You all did see how on the Lupercal I thrice presented him with kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? But Brutus says he was ambitious. Sure, he is an honourable man. I come not to disprove what Brutus spoke. Here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, and not without cause. What cause withholds you now to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Michaela from Germany and Hannah from Hungary playing the Jealousy Duet from the Three Penny Opera, a musical by German dramatist Bertolt Brecht and composer Kurt Weill.
Komm heraus, du Schönheit von Soho, zeig doch mir mal deine schönen Beine. Ich will auch mal was Schönes sehen. Und so schön wie die gibt es ja keine.
Du Dreckhaufen!
Selber Dreckhaufen! Du sollst auf meinen Meck ja so einen Eindruck machen.
Soll ich das? Soll ich das?
Na, da muss ich aber wirklich lachen.
Musst du das? Musst du das?
Ja, das wäre ja gelacht.
So, das wäre also gelacht.
Wenn sich Meck aus dir was macht.
Wenn sich Meck aus mir was macht.
Ha, mit so einer befasst sich sowieso keiner.
Ja, das werden wir schon sehen.
Ja, das werden wir ja sehen.
Na, das werden wir ja sehen.
Ja, das werden wir ja sehen.
Mackie und ich, wir lebten wie die Tauben. Er liebt nur mich, das lass ich mir nicht rauben. Da muss ich schon so frei sein, das kann doch nicht vorbei sein, wenn da so ein Miststück auftaucht. Lächerlich! Guten Tag, gnädige Frau. Gnädige Frau, guten Tag.
Bitte sehr. Sie wünschen?
Erkennen Sie mich wieder?
Natürlich kenne ich Sie.
We enter now in the second half of the show. Hotspur comes before the king to explain why he didn't hand over the prisoners he captured in the Battle of Hamilton, late in 1402. From Australia, Nicholas, playing Hotspur, in a scene from Henry IV by William Shakespeare.
My liege, I did deny no prisoners. But I remember when the fight was done. When I was dry with rage and extreme toil. Breathless and faint, leaning upon my sword, came there a certain lord, neat and trimly dressed. Fresh as a bridegroom, and his chin new-ripped, showed like a stubble land at harvest home. He was perfumed, like a milliner. And twixt his finger and his thumb he held a pouncet box, which ever and anon he gave his nose, and took away again. Who therewith angry, when it next came there, took it in snuff. And still he smiled and talked. And as the soldiers bore dead bodies by, he called them untaught knaves. Unmanly! To bring a slovenly, unhandsome course. Betwixt the wind and his nobility. With many holiday and lady terms he questioned me. Amongst the rest demanded my prisoners in your majesty's behalf. I then, all smarting, with my wounds being cold, out of my grief and by impatience, to be so pestered by a popinjay. And to neglectingly, pom pom, whoa! I know not what! Pom 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 pom, pom 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 pom, whoa! He should or should not, pom pom, for he made me mad! Pure! He! Pure! To see him shine so brisk, and smell so sweet, and talk so like a waiting gentlewoman of guns and drums and wounds. God save the mark! And telling me the sovereignest thing on earth was parmaceti for an inward bruise. And then it was great pity, so it was. This villainous saltpeter should be digged out of the bowels of the harmless earth, which many a good tall fellow had destroyed. So cowardly. And but for these vile guns, he would himself have been a soldier. This bald, unjointed chat of his, my lord, I answered indirectly. As I said, and I beseech you. Shink! Let not his report come current for an accusation betwixt my love and your high majesty.
Now, a play considered one of the darkest and most powerful tragedies ever written. Cat and Jonathan from England, playing Macbeth by William Shakespeare.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Ha! Peace. It was the owl that shrieked. The fatal bellman which gives the stunced good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets, that death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's there, Watto?
Alack, I am afraid they have awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark! I laid the daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Didst thou hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Didst not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
Aye.
Hark. Who lie the second chamber?
Donald Bain.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought, to say a sorry sight.
That one did laugh in his sleep, and one cried, "Murder!" The they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and address again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, "God bless us," and amen the other, as if they had seen my hangman hands. But I could not say amen, as they did say, "God bless us."
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I was most in need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways. So, it will make us mad.
Methoughts I heard a voice cry, "Sleep no more! Macbeth does murder sleep! Innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the rebel sleeve of care. The death of each day's life, sore labour nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feasts.
What do you mean?
Still it cries, sleep no more. To all the house, glamour have murdered sleep. Therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more, Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them, and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more, Aunt. I'm afraid to think what I have done. To look on't again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose? Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence came that knocking?
And now we move to Greek tragedy. Antigone, condemned to death by its own family. Mary, playing Antigone from Sophokles.
So, to my grave, my bridal bower, my everlasting prison I go, to join those many of my kinsmen who dwell in the mansions of Persephone. Last and unhappiest, before my time, yet I know my father will be there to welcome me. My mother greet me gladly, and you, my brother, happily see me come. Each one of you my hands have laid to rest, pouring the dew libations on your graves. It was by this service to your dear body, Polynices, I earned the punishment which now I suffer. Oh, but I would not have done the forbidden thing for any husband or for any son. For why? For I could have had another husband, and by him other sons if one were lost. But father and mother lost, where would I get another brother? For thus, preferring you, my brother, Creon condemns me and hales me away. Never a bride, never a mother, alone, unfriended, condemned alive to solitary death. What law of heaven have I transgressed? What God will hear me now? What help or hope have I in that which devotion is deemed sacrilege? If this is God's will, I will learn my punishment in death. But if my enemies are wrong, I wish them no worse punishment than my own.
We reached the end of the show. Next week, we will have a new show with a selection of scenes by Fado. The last scene of tonight features Yan Yang from Taiwan, Jonathan from England playing Brutus, and Nicholas from Australia playing Cassius. It's another scene from Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare.
That you have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here of the Sardians, whereas my letters praying on his side because I knew the man was slighted off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this, it is not meet that every nice offence should bear his comment.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itchy palm, to sell and march your offices for gold to undeserved.
I an itching palm! You know that you are Brutus that speak this. Or by the gods, this speech were else your last.
The name of Cassius honours this corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head.
Chastisement?
Remember March, the Ides of March, remember? Did not great Julius bleed for justice's sake? What villain touched his body that did stab, and not for justice? What should one of us that struck the foremost man of all this world but for supporting robbers? Shall we now contaminate our fingers and sell the mighty space of our large honours for so much trash that may be grasped thus? I'd rather be a dog and bay the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, bay not me, I'll not endure it. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I am a soldier. I, older in practice, abler than yourself to make conditions.
Go to. You are not Cassius.
I am.
I say you are not.
Urge me no more, I shall forget myself. Have mind upon your health, tempt me no farther.
Away, slight man.
Is't possible?
Hear me, for I shall speak. Must. I give way and room to your rash choler? Shall I be frightened when a madman stares?
Oh, gods. Ye gods, must I endure all this?
All this, aye. More. Fret till your proud heart breaks. Go show your slaves how choleric you are. Make your bondmen tremble. Must I budge? Must I observe you? Must I stand and crouch under your testy humour? By the gods, you shall digest the venom of your spleen, though it do split you. For from this day forth I'll use you as my lunch. Hey, for my laughter when you are waspish.
Is it come to this? Is it come to this?
You say you are a better soldier, let it appear so. Make your vauntings true, and it shall please me well. For mine own part, I shall be glad to learn of noble men.
You wrong me. Every way you wrong me, Brutus. I said an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say better?
If you did, I cannot.
When Caesar lived, he durst not thus have moved me.
You durst not have tempted him.
I durst not?
No.
What? Durst not tempt him?
By your life, you durst not.
Do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that I shall be sorry for.
You have done that you should be sorry for. Terror, Cassius, in your threats. For I am armed so strong in honesty. Pass by me as the idle winds, which I will respect not. I did send to you for certain sums of gold, which you denied me, for I can raise no money by vile means. I'd rather coin my heart and drop my blood for drachmas than wring from the heavy hands of peasants their vile trash by any indirection. I did send to you for gold, pay my legions, which you denied me. Was this done as Cassius? Should I have answered Caius Cassius so, when Marcus Brutus grows so covetous that to lock such rascal counters from his friends? Be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts. Dash him to pieces.
I denied you not.
You did.
I did not. He was but a fool that brought my answer back. Brutus hath rived my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not. Till you practice them on me.
You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye could never see such faults.
A flatterers would not, though they do appear as huge as high Olympus.
Come, Antony, and young Octavius, come. Revenge yourselves alone on Cassius, for Cassius is aweary of the world, hated by one he loves, braved by his brother, checked like a bondman all his faults observed, set in a notebook, lured and conned by rote, to cast into his teeth. Oh, I could weep my spirit from mine eye. There is my dagger. And here my naked breast, within a heart dearer than Plutus mine, richer than gold. If that thou be'st a Roman, take it forth. I, that denied thee gold, will give my heart. Strike as thou didst at Caesar, for I know, when thou didst hate him worst, thou lovest him better than ever thou lovest Cassius.
Sheath your dagger. Be angry when you will, it will have scope. Do what you will, dishonour shall be human. Cassius, you are yoked with the lamb that carries anger, as the flint bears fire. Ooh. Most enforced shows a hasty spark, a straight cold game.
Hath Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus, when grief and blood ill-tempered vexeth him?
When I said that, I was ill-tempered too.
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart too.